let's get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Angel and welcome to another episode of Adulting with Angel. This video is going to be very unscripted and very just straight from the heart. So this morning, I started going TikTok viral for a video that I posted and I just wanted to talk about it. Today, we're going to talk about soulmates. And I really feel like this was my calling. This is my time to step up to the plate because I have experienced this horrifically from my 2020 breakup. And I know the 2020 relationships are what we're talking about. So my current boyfriend, he's amazing. Eric, honey, I'm not talking about you. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm a 2020, 2021 professional on this topic. And the number one reason that I feel like a lot of relationships before the pandemic versus after the pandemic are very different is because we're different. We're different people. When you go through something traumatizing, you're a different person. And whether you believe in COVID or you don't believe in COVID or whatever you feel, that's not the point of the conversation. The conversation is that you learned a lot about yourself, your beliefs, what you stand for during COVID. And this is to be said for a lot of younger adults. So for anyone who was either in high school going into college or college going into the real world, 2020 has very much so shaped our lives. So I had a boyfriend, I started dating him in October of 2019, and we dated through the pandemic, and it was just BFFR. That's how I can explain it, to be honest. That's the example I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my life, so if it doesn't relate to you, sorry, it's my life. I can't relate to everybody. What I learned from that, and what I hope you learn, is that you get to decide, and you set the standard for how people treat you. So if you're gonna tolerate nonsense, you're gonna get nonsense. If you only tolerate Gucci, Chanel, Prada, that's what you're gonna get. I'm sorry. Let me be the one to tell you. So when you get to these relationships where, well, he's not treating me like he did in the beginning, or you have to hold yourself to a standard too. Just because someone's not treating you the way that you deserve to be treated doesn't mean that you should stay. You can always leave. But a topic that I brought up in my TikTok was that it's always the next one. And I say that lightly, not to mean literally the next one, but something along the lines of, if not now, then when? So when you're in a relationship and it's not going well and it's toxic, you know it's not going well and it's toxic. You're clinging to any piece of that relationship that you can hold on to. I've been there. I'm not judging. It's okay. It's life. So when you realize you're in a relationship with someone that you no longer see a future with, or the future that you originally saw with that person no longer aligns with your life and the goals that you have, it puts you in a very awkward situation. When I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, I was ready to marry him. We were talking about getting engaged, everything just was like, hold, stop. And after that relationship, I kind of, fell off. I stopped, having high standards for myself, and the bar, it hit the floor. It just hit the floor. And when you look for those external validation factors, that was my first mistake. I didn't take the time to heal. I didn't take the time to reflect on what went wrong in that relationship and what do I want to go differently in my next relationship. These were all things that just did not cross my mind. I felt a lot of validation, but I didn't feel that connection that I felt with my ex. So where do you think I kept going? Back to him again and again. And when my ex and I first broke up, it was kind of fine. It was because we had different political beliefs. We had different, goals for our lives. Very standard, totally fine. As I kept going back for him and as he saw how my self-respect for myself started to deteriorate, my self-respect started to deteriorate. He started to take advantage of that fact. He started to take advantage of my loneliness. He started taking advantage of how desperate I was for him. And that's when he started acting up. That's when he started cheating. That's when he started lying. That's when it started getting a little fishy. It took me almost a year after breaking up with my ex-boyfriend to finally stop seeing him, finally cut ties, finally stop playing house and fantasizing what I wanted it to be. And this is where what you want comes into factor, because what you think you want and what you actually want changes with time. And when you're in a healthy relationship with someone who values you and your goals, your relationship becomes more fluid. The goals you had, they kind of ebb and flow. And okay, well, we said we want to have kids next year, but maybe 2 years, like no biggie. It's very healthy. And it's a good place for you to air your concerns and talk about, in a safe place, what you want. So, moving out of that relationship after a year of convincing myself that he's what I wanted, and we had our kids' names picked out, and we had the wedding date picked, and we were gonna do this and we were gonna do that. Like, can I put a clown emoji over my face? I don't even know how to edit like that, but if I could, like, clown emoji here. I'll be honest, breakups and like these experiences that we go through are very individual. They're not talked about. People like to gatekeep breakups, people like to gatekeep their lives, and I'm not here to do that today. I'm here to be as straightforward and honest as it can be. So when I say things like heartbreaks are personal, only two people should know your relationship. Now, if you're in a toxic relationship, all your friends know, your mama probably knows, your grandmama probably knows. But at the end of the day, only you and that person know what your relationship was about. You know what I mean? So when you break up, your friends who've seen you be getting dogged and treated like crap for the last 2 years are not going to come to your side and be like, oh, we know he was so great. Girl, they're going to be like, about time. My best friend, Kirsten, when I told her I broke up with Zach, she was like, thank the Lord. She was like, even to this day, when I bring him up, she's like, and this is my best friend. So like, this is our relationship. Like, I appreciate that she's like this. And she's like, I'm so happy that you're not with him anymore. Like, I can't believe he treated you that way. And it's not even that he treated me that way. It's the fact that I let myself be treated that way. With that being said, people might not react and support you the way that you need to be supported in that time. And I always like to say you need to be mindful of people's emotions. You never know what people are going through, because a lot of people go through a lot of stuff that's not talked about, especially when we know someone's treating you wrong. When my ex was treating me wrong, I would have just pretended I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. He was treating me wrong? Girl, I didn't know nothing about it. It's a very personal journey is what I'm trying to get at. It's something that you have to experience for yourself. There's no cure, there's no fix, there's no heartbreak remedy. It's just something that you're gonna have to grieve and experience for yourself. You're literally grieving the life that you thought you were gonna have. You're grieving the person you thought you were gonna be with. It is okay to fall apart. It is okay to be sad. Like, I validate that 100%. Take your time. Heal. Now, once we put that to rest and we are done with that person, and when I mean we're done with that person, like, I don't know if you've ever dated someone and their ex is just always coming up, like, leave it in the past. And I'll be honest, when I started dating my new boyfriend, my ex was still very much so running in my head. And I told him, I was like, hey, Eric, I love you. I really like this relationship. I really want to be with you, but I have a lot of trauma that I'm still dealing with from my past relationship. And I'm lucky enough that my partner recognized what I was going through and helped me through it, rather than us breaking up and me working on it by myself. Don't do that. Let's talk about our next relationship after the breakup. This is going to be very brief because I want to do a whole video on dating and I want to have a whole series about it, but this video is just so spontaneous and just, we're just putting it out there. When you decide that you're ready to get into another relationship, you need to reinvent yourself. So me, I'm Angel. I needed to reinvent Angel. I needed to figure out, what does Angel want in life? Who is Angel trying to be? Who is Angel? When we start dating, we kind of take on some of the persona of our new partner, which is okay. It's normal. When you spend a lot of time with someone, you start to act like them. My best friend Corey and I, when I spend a lot of time with her, I start to talk like her. I start to use her lingo. It's human nature. We want to fit in. We want to be accepted. So once we go through all of that and you figure out who you are, one, it's going to be such a refreshing feeling. Let's talk about peace of mind. Let's talk about FNF. Let's talk about Glorilla when she says, I'm FREEF, free. That means I ain't gotta worry about no cheat. You sleep good at night knowing you ain't gotta worry about a man cheating on you. And I can tell you, because my new boyfriend treats me so well, I be sleeping in the bed all night, missing calls, missing alarms. It is so refreshing, and you can get back into your friendships. Honestly, when you're in toxic relationships, nobody talks about the friends that you lose, because me, I'm not finna sit around and be disrespected. So if you're gonna let a man disrespect you and you're my friend, no. I'm a call him up and give him a one-on-one. But a lot of times we lose friends, we lose people because we are so caught up and idolized on this one person that we forget about everybody else. So take the time to find your friends, make new friends, get back out there. And when you're ready, you will start looking for your next person. I want to make it sound easy. Like finding your next person's easy. It's easy for me because I have a spreadsheet and I have it down to a science. And that's another video because it's another video. And I actually want to make that video with my boyfriend. So when he gets here tonight, we'll probably film. But dating apps, gross. Meeting men out, gross. And the thing is just because you've healed from your trauma does not mean that everyone else has healed from theirs. So you might be ready to move on. You might be ready to grow and be in a serious committed relationship. And some people might be out here trying to play with you. And I will say we all do it because when I and my ex broke up, I was out here having men fall in love with me because look at me. Who wouldn't? Stay focused. I believe once you come to peace with yourself and you realign with your true intentions and your goals, that things will be clear to you. If you believe in God and you're religious and all that, my sister is, and a lot of my family are, I'd like to say neutral when I'm filming. But if you believe in God and things of that such, let's say you were dating someone who was an atheist and you're a Catholic. You're not aligning there, okay? If you're Jewish and Christian, sometimes things don't align and that's okay. Just take the time to think about what you want and what's gonna work best for you. And look for those signs when you are dating again. Be mindful. So for example, on Bumble, you can put if you're a liberal, a conservative, a moderate, if you're Christian, atheist, Muslim, look at those signs. If you know you're Muslim and you need to be with another Muslim, don't be dating a Christian man, okay? We're just going down the same cycle we were in before, and we want to keep it for real. This is something I talk about a lot, but don't block your blessings. So just because your ex did something that this new guy or girl or person is doing in your life, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to treat you the same way that your ex did. And I'm not saying or situationship. Let's say or situationship because a lot of time we get destroyed over situationship. I've done it. I did it last year. But what I'm trying to say and highlight to you guys today is you're going to find your person. You're going to find, someone that works for you. And even if you don't, your main goal should be finding yourself, right? I believe that my best friend, Corey, is my soulmate. I don't care. She's 5 years younger than me, which is so funny because she's a baby compared to me, especially because she's so much younger, like mentally than me when I was that age. But your soulmate doesn't always have to be a guy or a girl or an intimate partner. Your soulmate could be a friend. Your soulmate could be your parents, your child. Take your time to experience and find love, okay? Don't let one experience ruin it for the rest. I'm a big believer that the next one is always getting you closer to your dreams. I think there's a song, it's like Heartbreak by Hunter Hayes. Literally, that's just the song of the video. Go listen to that song. I want to read you the lyrics, just a couple of them. Another almost perfect, didn't work, but totally worth it. You do you, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna do what works for me. You have to go into the world positive, looking for things. I believe that once you go through one toxic relationship, you're not as likely to do it again, and you're more likely to see the warning signs earlier. Let those warning signs speak up. Don't let them... That was a lot. Well, thank you guys. I never really sit down and just kind of share what's on my mind. I kind of in the mood to keep talking, so I probably will upload a couple other videos. This is my little chair. I think this is going to be like my little YouTube corner, so I might decorate it. But I just moved and I am just getting settled still. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited to be filming again, and I'm excited that people are actually interested in what I have to say. So thank you so much. Subscribe, like this video. I have an anonymous Q&A form in my description box, so if you have questions or stories, please share the stories. Ooh, I would love a story time to share with you guys and give my feedback. Ooh, I think that's like my dream, is for people to tell me their toxic life stories and I give them advice. Not that I have any qualifications other than a psychology degree, but I would love it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a beautiful person. We need more people like you in the world, and have a great day.